The day of your surgery will be a pretty difficult day for you. You're going to want, or you're going to probably want people to be there. I really wanted my mom and dad and my husband to be there. I did have a few friends that had come, including my aunt, and it was nice to have that support there. Some people are a little bit more private and they only might want one or two people there. So, make that decision, and, don't hesitate to, tell people, no, I just want it to be a family thing. It's your day. Make sure that you do, or make sure you are comfortable. What I do recommend for packing is bring lotion, bring Vaseline, bring your contact case with contacts in it, and bring a glasses case. You'll only be able to wear your glasses, so make sure you do have that. If you're, uncomfortable about, wearing the gown and, being able to walk the aisles or the hallways, maybe bring a pair of pants, just so you can wear and you don't have to worry about your bottom sticking out. So that's kind of what I do recommend as far as bringing to the hospital. Some people like to bring a pillow for on the way home so you can kind of hug it so your incisions won't hurt too bad if you're going over bumps or railroad tracks. The hospital, the way it's going to work is in the morning, they're going to take you into the back and have you, prep for surgery. What I had to do was I needed to bathe with Hibiclens. I had to make sure that my abdomen was washed with that to kind of sterilize with the night before. But that morning they had taken me back and they had me, remove all of my clothes and put those in a bag and dress in my gown and tuck all my hair into like a net and, make sure I had the hospital boots on my feet. I had to put all that stuff on and then get under a blanket. Then they had hooked me up to an IV, just so I had my IV fluids going in. And, I was experiencing some kind of crazy anxiety, so they had given me like a sublingual, which is like an under-the-trug medication of Xanax. So they gave me some of that just to kind of settle my nerves a little bit. From there, they said that I was allowed to have two people in my room at a time. First, my mom and my husband had come in, and then my dad and my brother and, a couple of friends had filtered in then after. Just right before surgery. From there, what they'll do is they'll wheel you back to the OR. It's not what I had expected. I kind of expected, like a cold stainless steel kind of room, but it was kind of like it had like the plastic tiles that you see in like fast food restaurants on the ceiling, and it was very clean, but it was very, very cold. I just kept telling my doctor, just don't let me die, just don't let me die, and he kind of laughed and he said that he wouldn't let that happen to me. He knew that I was going to pull through. Otherwise, if he said if he had any doubts that he wouldn't have been having that surgery. They made sure that I had evacuated my bowels the night before, which I had. They had me do Miralax. I had to buy like a container of Miralax, mix half of the powder with a clear liquid, and drink that at like 4 o'clock, and then I had to do the same thing at 8 o'clock. So they wanted to make sure I had evacuated my bowels and make sure that it actually had worked. From there, I remember praying right before I had gone out, and I kind of just prayed, that God would, help me, get through this and make sure that my recovery was a relatively easy one. But at that point in time, they must have given me my my drugs to, knock me out, because I remember looking up and thinking, man, that ceiling is kind of dirty for an operating room. It wasn't an unsettling feeling, but I thought, man, this isn't what I expected. I expected it to be like bright white or, the stainless steel like I had mentioned just a minute ago. So I remember thinking that, and then the next thing I remember is waking up in the recovery room, and I had oxygen in my nose because apparently during my surgery my oxygen had dropped quite a bit, and I think my mom and my husband were there. I remember somebody was petting like my face and my hair. I don't know who it was because I don't remember that. I don't do well with coming out of anesthesia, so I don't remember who was there, but I just remember feeling like I was in so much pain. The next thing I remember after that is I was being wheeled to my room, and I was you know, they had taken me right off the elevators and they had turned the corner and there was a little waiting area. And I remember seeing or thinking that I saw my friends with a bunch of balloons. And, you know, I got into my room and they were just checking my my dressing. And I remember there was a nurse that was there that was changing my dressing. And then finally my family was allowed to come in. And then sure enough, my friends came with a whole bunch of balloons. I was just really surprised about. But I remember that. But I just remember being so tired and just wanting everybody to leave, but people kept showing up. So, you know, I'm always, you know, really grateful that I have, you know, such a great family and support system. But I was just so overwhelmed and just tired and not feeling very good. I mean, you're not supposed to feel good after surgery, but I just wanted everybody to leave. So I do wish that I could go back in time a little bit and, you know, tell them, hey, you know, I appreciate your coming. You need to get going. But, you know, like I said, I was just so grateful that they had cared and they were there to be there for me and to be so supportive. You know, my husband asked that night if he wanted me to, or if I wanted him to stick around and sleep there, and I just kept telling him, just go, I want to sleep, just leave. So, you know, don't hesitate in telling people to not, you know, come and to not stay for a long time if they are going to come and visit. One of my girlfriends came the next day after surgery, and she decided, well, I had asked her, I go, I want to look good because I know I'm going to have visitors come, so she'd done my makeup and my hair, so I was just, that made me feel so good because I mean, I didn't want to look like a slob in front of all these people that were coming in, and I didn't want to tell people no, but you know, I wasn't really comfortable and looking as horrible as I did, so she came and she took care of me, and, you know, I was looking pretty good. I had packed like a care package a little bit before that had my lotion and my Vaseline and all that. Well, I just didn't even have the energy to go into my bag and grab it, so I asked the nurse to bring me one, or to bring me all of that. And on my bill, when I got my bill, you know, for the surgery stay and for the whole hospital and all that, there was like patient-administered drugs. That was my Vaseline and my lotion, and I had asked for some chloroseptic spray because after they take that tube out of your throat, you're very, very sore and your lips are so dry. That's all. I mean, I was in so much pain, but really my pain, I was real nauseous right away, and I asked the nurse for something for nausea, and she did give me something in my IV to fix that. And I also, you know, I made sure that, you know, if I was in any pain, to make sure that I was hitting that pain button. So, you know, if you're in pain and you're in the hospital, take drugs. Do as whatever you can if possible. So make sure you are taking them. Well, anyway, that's all I can say about the hospital stay. So, you know, if you have any questions, again, you know, don't hesitate to contact me. All right, thanks.